Previous. After his father begs the Mu family to let him enter the academy, Mo finds out that he must keep one a secret. One day, the Mu head visits their academy, and instead of being formal to him, Mo challenges him to a fight to restore his father's death. Since they are the elite class members, now their teacher has assigned them the task of defeating the Archwolf. The teachers prepare to assist their students and leave for their destinations. Meanwhile, the Archwolf arises from the water after being burned off by Mo Fan. It attacks one of the students since it is out of control, but Xiao Hao promptly saves her. Mo Fan, on the other hand, confronts it, but since he cannot beat it with his firepower, he chooses to retreat. Mo Fan feels compelled to act after assessing the circumstances. Since shooting, the Thunder Mage and Mu Bai, who is unconscious, have been knocked out by the wolf, he believes he is incapable of fighting the enemy with so little backup. When the wolf finds him, it attacks, but Xiao Hao appears out of nowhere and defends him with wind magic. Because most of the students would be drawn into the conflict unnecessarily, Xiao chooses to draw it into the cave's depths, and Mo Fan complies. The students are contemplating whether or not to rescue them since they enticed the wolf into the cave for their safety. The girls want to follow them to assist them, but the boys believe that they will simply get in their way since they are not as powerful as them. Just then, the instructors arrive and begin asking about the wolf's location. When the pupils explain that the others lured it inside, the chief instructor enters the cave. Meanwhile, the wolf pursues Xiao Hao and Mo Fan, and as they near the cave's end, the wolf finds an opening and attacks Mo Fan. However, Xiao Hao swiftly notices this and comes to his aid, taking the enemy's strike and wounding himself for the sake of his friend. Because the opponent is impervious to fire magic, Mo Fan uses thunder magic to immobilize it since he has no other choice. Still able to walk, the wolf tries to reach him. However, Mo Fan discovers a chance and uses his fire magic to penetrate a stalactite. Because the wolf is still immobilized, it is unable to avoid the stabbing stalactite, which pierces his body. With just a few moments left, the Archwolf glares at Mo Fan with its poisonous eyes and withers away. Mo Fan's pendant absorbs its spirit, and the teacher arrives as he approaches his wounded friend. The instructor is astonished when he realizes the Archwolf is no longer alive and starts searching the area. He is suspicious that Mo Fan killed it with his fire magic, but because they need to save his friend, he overlooks further questions. On their way back, the others arrive and are astounded to discover that the wolf has been slaughtered. The wolf's owner then accuses the professors of killing it, but the chief teacher surprises everyone by revealing that it is Mo Fan. They all begin to praise Mo Fan for saving them and for becoming the finest magician in the class. While Teacher Gang is lamenting the death of his pet, the head instructor orders the student to leave, and everyone reminds him of his promise to provide the victor the magic armor. He is dissatisfied when he is reminded since he does not want to offer it to any student. Later, the students are evaluated and Mo Fan earns an S on stage. The chief personally encourages him to join his Eagle Warriors organization, prompting Mo Fan to question whether he is a recruiter or an educator. However, Mo Fan rejects his proposition since he is still a student. He then considers the idea that Mo Fan is hiding anything from him. He thinks he saw traces of thunder on the wolf's body as well as on the ground. Suddenly, his subordinates inform him that the Bone Wolf demons are causing havoc in his territory. He declares that they must scorch them out since it is their responsibility never to allow them to enter human soil. 2 months later, Mo Fan is seated on the rooftop at night, wondering whether he can swiftly achieve level 2 thunder magic. He considers that finding a job would help him financially as well as enable him to utilize his thunder magic. He recalls head instructor Kong's advice to join the monster hunter and decides to become a hunter. The next day, he disguises himself in a hoodie and heads to a monster hunting organization. There he comes across 2 hunters searching for a simple job in front of the hunting employment board. Mo Fan grabs one of them and questions whether he can enter the group as they prepare to leave. He informs him that fire types are becoming increasingly popular due to their scarcity. When Mo Fan inquires about thunder, he is surprised and says they are immediately welcomed. However, since they are in high demand, wealthy organizations frequently get their hands on them before anybody else can recognize their potential. Hearing this, Mo Fan is confident that he would be able to join the organization easily and enters the line to wait his turn. Meanwhile, the organization's boss is upset with management for not interviewing even one qualified magician. When Mo Fan's turn comes, they wonder whether he is a student since most students are inexperienced and weak. Mo Fan, however, reveals that he is a thunder magician. Because they are skeptical of his statements, he performs thunder magic, and their boss opens the door, declaring that he is already one of them. When Mo Fan reveals that he is still a novice who has just recently gained level 1, the boss is overjoyed, for thunder magic is difficult to learn and the level is almost as strong as level 2 other sorts. Later, the boss introduces everyone to his alias identity, Fan Mo. They are still not done when they get word of an urgent task involving the rescue of a girl from a school. The boss instructs Mo Fan to return home as they prepare to depart. He insists on following them, though, since his sister attends the same school where they are conducting the rescue. As they approach their destination, Mo Fan contacts Xingxia while they are still traveling, but he is unable to get through. Later, while looking for the girl at school, Xingxia phones to tell him that she is safe and has just lost her phone, putting his mind at ease. However, she informs him that another female student is still present. When Mo Fan arrives in the canteen, he hears a noise. As he turns his gaze, he is met with a steely stare piercing through the translucent wall. As Mo Fan discovers the monster's eye, he is attacked. Mo Fan, however, avoids it due to his quickness. The monster then sprints around the classroom, trying to catch up to Mo Fan. Nevertheless, his allies appear quickly and easily to dominate the battle against the monster owing to their speed. When Mo Fan sees the Wind Magician utilize level 2 wind magic, he is thrilled. Their boss then casts Firestorm, a level 3 fire spell, on the Cyclops, knocking him unconscious. However, as they relax their guard, it attacks Kai Tang. The water magician, Xiok, fails to construct the magical barrier in time, enabling the monster to tear Kai's garments off. Fortunately, Mo Fan strikes and destroys it with his thunder magic. The water mage apologizes for not noticing it was still alive, and their boss chastises her for ignoring her responsibilities, adding that her apology would be useless if someone had died. Because Mo Fan performed well, his supervisor commends him and congratulates him on becoming a full-time member of their team. Hearing this, Mo Fan rejoices because he feels he will now be compensated and able to support his family. They subsequently learn that the other Cyclops has kidnapped the girl. Their supervisor informs them they cannot manage the situation since there are too many Cyclops, and the girl is most likely dead by now, prompting them to depart. On the vehicle, their boss teases Kai Tang, and one of their co-workers spots several missed calls on Mo Fan's phone, not realizing they are from his sister. Mo Fan then leaves only to be greeted by Xingxia, who is sobbing and hoping for Mo Fan's safe return. He leans in for a hug, and she expresses her anxiety. The two then laugh together to cheer each other up. The next day, Mo Fan receives his paycheck for the task. Meanwhile, at Mu Mansion, Mr. Mu pays a visit to an ice magician and informs him that since he is the most competent of his colleagues, he should attain level 3 magic quickly. When he claims he is still no match for Ningxu, Mr. Mu responds that he should concentrate on himself and his fight with Mo Fan. Yuang says that Mo Fan is an unworthy opponent. Later, his father summons him to his room and reprimands him for hosting parties and celebrations at home. He does, however, notify him that he will be facing Mo Fan during a party for his coming of age. Yuang suggests that his father find him a decent opponent to practice against since he feels Mo Fan is a poor opponent. His father responds that Principal Zhu planned it and that he had no other choice. In the classroom, Xiaohe questions Mo Fan's absence and informs him that a student, Zhou Min, might be in love with him. Mo is suddenly confronted by Zhou Min, who asks him to meet her at a late-night spot. Mo feels the meeting spot is weird for a date since it takes place on a factory site. However, when she arrives, she informs him that her grandma has seen something and that quakes often occur here, destroying his hopes of getting to know her better. As they continue their investigation, they soon encounter the one-eyed wolf eating a corpse. Mo Fan urges his colleagues not to make any noise while they watch, but he is too late since she has already called the police. The wolf spots them and pursues them. After repeatedly fleeing the wolves, Mo Fan instructs her to evacuate the inhabitants of that area to safety and faces the enemy on his own. Mo tries everything to repel the giant wolf but fails and sends a signal to his bounty hunters team. Kai Tang and Yuang come soon after, and when the former observes him, she remembers the young Mo Fan peeking at her when she was bathing. Mo escapes wearing the mask as the two begin battling the wolf. When Yuang sees this, he ponders how much he thought of him as a great magician since Mr. Mu informed him that he was powerful, yet here he is fleeing a battle against a wolf. Later, when his boss arrives at the location, he informs Mo Fan about the fight, who is preparing to put on his disguise, urging him to speed up. Later, while Mo utilizes his thunder magic, Kai Tang uses her strength to freeze the wolf as he gets closer. Their boss adds that he sought assistance since they cannot tackle the problem independently. On the other hand, the wolf crushes the ice and transforms into a warrior-level monster. Considering that they have already lost the battle, they stop fighting it, but their boss warns them that it is still evolving and hasn't reached its full potential. They resume their attacks in the hopes of stopping them from developing. Despite their best efforts, the wolf comes out on top. Mo uses level 2 magic, Thunderstorm, to stop the wolf from growing as they try to flee with their wounded boss. When their boss notices this, he scolds them and orders them to act like Mo Fan or hundreds of people will die. Mo is about to be attacked by the wolf when the famed water wizard Zhuge emerges and saves him. He quickly overcomes the wolf and informs Mo that he is satisfied with his performance and believes he has the potential to become a great thunder wizard. When he asks whether he is considering joining him, Mofan tells him that he is already with the others. He is astonished to hear this since he feels Mofan should be at a larger organization due to his abilities. Later, as he prepares to climb the dorm wall, Jo comes behind him, crying and hugs him, anxious for his safety. Because Mo assisted in fighting the wolf, she praises him for rescuing her grandmother and the other people. Later, as he sits on the rooftop staring at the dreary dark sky, his necklace starts to shine. He believes that since it is evolving, he will be able to reach a higher level much sooner because it improves his abilities. The next day, he gives Xingxia some money and instructs her to go shopping. She then informs him that she has awoken a healing type ability and will be able to assist him with his tasks in the future. Mo and Xiao Hao are sitting beneath a tree to relax and chat about random things when Miss Tang approaches them and informs the former that the principal wants to see him in his office. At the principal's office, Mo is informed that Mu Zhuang is throwing a party to celebrate Yu Ang's coming of age and that the two will fight it there. He explains that the winner will be able to bathe in the holy spring, which boosts one's power, and that only one person is allowed to enter once a year. Meanwhile, Mu Zhuang informs Ningxu that Yu will easily defeat Mo and become the most well-known magician in the city. He continues by saying that Yu will be her loyal assistant in the future and will help her with her tasks. Her father then threatens to punish Mo for offending him in front of the instructors. When she hears this, she leaves claiming she needs some fresh air. Ningxu later catches up with Mo and warns him to flee the city since Yu would not show him compassion, and he may get seriously hurt. He responds that he will not escape because he wants to exact revenge on his father. When Mo asks whether she loves her father, she says affirmatively, to which Mo responds that if she loves someone she knows is deceptive and nasty, how can he not love his father? He then expresses how much he loves his father and appreciates his father's assistance in his life. Afterwards, she reveals to him that Mr. Mu took Yu Ang in from the street when he was 7 years old and had been training him to be a great magician ever since. The following day, as he arrives at the estate for combat, his squad members remain unresponsive when he confronts them. Kong subsequently visits him and encourages him to rejoin their bounty hunting squad, but he declines once more. Eventually, his friends approach him, asking him to give his best and make them proud. When Hayavu tells him that he spotted his father among the guests and fears that the Mu family is carrying out something, Mo assures him that only one guy will be left standing, and that man will be him. As the duel is about to begin, Mu Zhuang proclaims that the two skilled magicians will face off while continuing to praise his son. They come face to face on the battlefield. The crowd watches as they start fighting. You can move swiftly enough to evade all of Mo's attacks thanks to his shoes. To heat things, Yu starts using his level 3 ice abilities and Mo's flames are unable to keep up. Mu Zhuang smiles, knowing Yu's victory is near. When his guests implore him to tell Yu to stop since they feel Mo Fan would die this way, he grins, remembering that Mo insulted him, and now it's his turn to avenge. However, just before Mo is fully frozen, he unexpectedly releases Firestorm, a level 3 fire-type magic, and strikes Yu. This rips Yu's clothes, revealing a magical armor that is fireproof. When Chief Instructor Kong observes this, he warns Mo that everyone knows how skilled he is and that he should stop fighting since he has no chance of beating Yu. Believing that he must win to restore his father's honor, he unleashes his thunder magic and marvels at everyone. Before striking Yu Ang with it, he reveals that he has also acquired level 3 thunder magic and Yu Ang drops in defeat. Everyone is startled to find that someone has 2 magical abilities, and his teammates now realize why he seems so recognizable. On the other hand, Miss Tang is happy, noting that her student has not only mastered 2 magical skills, but has also risen to level 3 in each of them. After the fight, Mo Fan proclaims himself the winner. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want similar content like this, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to Annie Recapped.